a couple people that's like very close to me and stuff that work with me every day. And, you know, first of all, I wanna thank my homeboy Elon and shit. He basically runs in the side of this ear right here and tells me, go to the side top of the mountain and shit, right into the power. So every song I got like something in my ear that's calling all of this shit so I don't like get burnt up by the pyro and shit like that. But I definitely think it's times where I like maybe a little bit harsh and shit on some of my really, really close friends that go, you know, the hardest fucking. And, you know, I want to just point that out, because I can point out everything that someone else does wrong and shit, but, you know, you also got to point out shit that you do wrong if you realize that shit. You know, 2014 and shit, one of my things is the truth is not always directed at other people. The truth can be directed at you too. And I'm not talking about the band you too, I'm talking about you also. So also, I think the other night, when we was playing music and shit, my boy, my friend, my DJ and shit, man, we was about to play Niggas in Paris and, you know, for whatever reason, technical difficulties, that was not the song that played. So I also want to point out, you know, anytime I use any of my friends as a scapegoat in one of these situations where we like 15, 20,000 people, I never want to like play my friends or use them as like a way to get out of like an embarrassing situation and shit. So before we start this, you know, even if y'all don't even understand me, I want to definitely say in 2014, I want to improve the way I communicate with people like Elon and people like Nano, people like Mike Dean, people like Sakaya, people like Rennie, people like Chris Garrett, to make sure that y'all all know how much I appreciate y'all, and that it wouldn't be no Yeezus tour. We wouldn't be able to do this every night if it wasn't for the effort that y'all put into this. Because y'all dedicated as much as y'all life and time into this as I do. And y'all made a decision to take this time out of your life and put it towards a movement that we're doing together. And I just want to say I love y'all and I thank y'all for that. Because it's really about quality of life, right? You know, my flight, 2013, all this shit, you know, it's entertaining and stuff when I'm turning up and everything, and I know y'all want to see me get really, really excited and everything. But it's really about quality of life and making a contribution. So what I was like really upset about, whether it's I was talking about Nike, I'm talking about Disney, I'm talking about whoever, is that I want to make more of a contribution. I feel like I have an opinion that can apply to more than just one shoe released every 3 years. And I feel like the reason why I wasn't able to make that contribution didn't have to do with my reputation or with my talent or with what I have proven that I've done before. I felt like it dealt with reasons that had to deal with class, had to deal with stereotypes. Because if you think about the idea of being an entertainer and shit, you ain't never really seen an entertainer. And this is no knock to nobody before me, because if they didn't do it before me, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm about to do. But you ain't never really seen no entertainer come out with no clothing line or something that was respected at the same level as Ralph. At the same level as, you know, all these names we can name. And that had the longevity also. That could live past their records. You know, I even heard a quote from Ralph Lauren one time before. He said, you know, I don't want to connect my clothing to music, because when that music goes away, my clothing goes away with it. at this time, by the time we get to this point, people are asking me to take my mask off and stuff. Y'all can do it tonight, y'all respect it. But it's something about 10 years of performing on a stage that a mask, I felt like I had a new life. Have you ever felt like on Halloween you could just be anybody you really wanted to be? Like you could just turn up. For some reason, all these girls and shit, they let the hoe out. Y'all seen them. But it was something about like this mask that like allowed me to be more free. Because there's something about this weird idea of celebrity where everybody wants you to be like they, you know, they video game character, they avatar or something. They want to control you through comments and shit. I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that, you know. And the most important thing is freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of mind, freedom of expression. The freedom to not be constrained by the concepts of your job or you know, what school you go to or your circle of friends, to be able to express yourself. To be able to say, I got an idea and I want to express this idea at the highest level possible. You know? So picture this. So I'm a celebrity, right? I'm a musician.
What's going on?
And now for the most part, because of bootlegging and downloading, blah, blah, musicians don't make what they used to make back in the days because it's different, right? So in order to...
He's doing everything.
To weigh that out, you know, you gotta...
I love the fucking idiots in front of me. They're fucking idiotic.
And I ain't saying I'm opposed to that, because I'll take it, but you gotta be safe. You have to be safe. You know what I mean? It can't be no chances that can nothing go wrong. And at that point, you know, people start changing the lyrics in the studio because it's a, you know, a corporate mentality. And when the music becomes corporate, it's the opposite of what music was supposed to be about. I know a lot of y'all here that y'all came tonight, y'all love the Yeezus album, and I know some people who like other albums more, like Dark Fantasy. There's some people who like Graduation, there's some people who like Washington, there's some people who like 808, there's some people who like Late Registration, there's some people who like Cruel Summer, there's some people who like College Dropout. Everybody got like... Well, let me explain something, you know, my 10-year career, when I made Yeezus, I had to make that. I had to experiment out loud. I had to dream out loud. I know how to put a hook in the front of the song, in the middle of the song, and then at the end of the song. I know how to make it. But that wasn't my goal. My goal was to make a hit mind state. My goal was to create something that if you dialed into that, you would be so energized that you felt like you could overcome the social boundaries that everyone deals with, the constraints of public opinion. That not just me, I'm not the only one that deals with it. Everyone deals with the constraints of public opinion. If someone walked to this concert right now without no coat on, because they was naturally hot inside and shit, they don't really get cold like that. Public opinion will be like, motherfucker, it's cold outside, why don't you put a coat on? Meaning that everybody somehow wants to fit in. And it's something about the approach to the Yeezus album that let people feel it was okay to not fit in, because through those mistakes, new ideas can happen. You know, it's very experimental. I know how to start an album off. Any other album, I would have, and I'm talking to you like when you just like you saw me at the lobby of the hotel and you just sit down talking. Mind you, this ain't really about entertainment, this is a conversation like being a liberal and shit. So, any other album, I would started with like Blood on the Leaves because that was like my formula. I always start with a certain type of infectious melody that makes you feel like you're just waking up in the morning. Look at it. You know, we started with drug dealer just to get by. Drag your money till it gets sky. We weren't supposed to make it to 25. Jokes on you, is and then the next one I started rapping. And I heard him say, nothing's ever like Tim is so hard away. So we was in the name of love, like Rob was saying. Like, hey, keep up on it. I could do every one of these songs to that melody. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, 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 hey. Don't say you will. You will. You will. Can we get much higher? Human beings in a mob. But what's a mob to a king? And what's a king to a god? And what's a God to a nun who don't believe in anything? Juice is minus one.
C'est pas comme ça la game. La game c'est pas cher. La bière c'est
you get your invitation line to the wall, to the wall, to the wall. Hey, you see what I'm saying? Blood on the knees, knees. I just let y'all in on something. That was always the formula. Meaning like, I know what I'm doing. So whenever I do something that you think I didn't know what I was doing that on purpose. To try some different shit. To just bend the matrix a little bit. You know the moments you know, we just hit the screen and the whole scene like just flex a little bit of shit. To push the fucking matrix a little bit. So the reason why I speak directly to powers that be, such as the head of Nike, head of Apple, head of Google, whatever, is because I can't. That's a good enough reason right there, right? Because what's the worst that can happen? You actually get a shot? So, how many of y'all ever heard some of my interviews and shit? So what I'm gonna do is, you know, y'all ever heard of Cirque du Soleil or Ring Brothers and Montreal or like Walt Disney and shit? So, all these people have managed to create things, but they actually don't have to be there. They just create amazing pieces of entertainment that people go to see and they enjoy it, right? So what I created 2 years ago, that I talk about sometimes, is an invention I created called Surround Vision. And basically what will happen is, because I'm going to bring it to you by next year, no matter what. When I bring it, I won't be performing. It's just the next frontier of the way we will watch films for the rest of our lives. I'm gonna explain to y'all so y'all know I made this shit up. And I actually made it. How many people saw Watch the Throne? I actually thought of it one night when Jay was like standing right over there. I'm standing on this part. You know where we went up to the cubes and shit, we did the Shark Tank and all that shit. And I thought of this shit. Cause you be in the movies, you know, you just got like one screen. And then they started this new shit, like the surround sound was like it's around you and all that shit. Great. That's real innovative. Great, good job.
I need to eat some gum.
Where the screen completely covers the audience here. And the screen is also under the audience. And the screen that also covers the complete left side of the audience and covers the right side of the audience. And it's fully in front of you. And then it's bleacher seating. So when you look down, you see the lower screen. You look straight, you see the forward screen. You look up, you see the screen above you. So that means if it's a driving scene or a space scene, you're fully submersed in it with no 3D glasses. And I went in I shot this film and everything. And I took this and I showed it to a bunch of people. I showed it to the head of Disney, I showed it to the head of Universal, I showed it to the head of Google. And I said, look, you know, with a show of hands, if I was to make that, and I was to bring that to your town, a show of hands, how many people will come and watch that? Just because it's like a form of innovation, like it ain't no movie. It ain't no movie that's like that. And I will put it in arenas like this. And the music will be as loud as it is in a concert. Way louder, way more emotional than it is in a movie. So I just want to explain this idea to y'all out loud because, you know, for some reason, even though whether it's the Yeezys or any of these albums or these tours we put out and everybody loves it, I get a new idea and I go and speak to the people that are in a position of power to help this happen and they don't support it. So I want to contribute more to society. I want to make life easier. You know, I'm not trying to make shoes that cost $100 million. I'm not trying to make shoes that it's only 3,000 pair that cost $5,000. I want every one of you to have a shoe if you like it. You know, and if you don't like it, fuck it, don't buy it, you know? And I just want it, and that's like what Adidas is doing for me right now. And I go to my office and it makes me so happy and I'm creating this shit and it's just like I just can't wait for y'all to see this shit, you know?
Yeah!
There's not no opinion based off of the idea that I'm a celebrity, straight, black, male, American, loud, rapper, entertainer. So that means that I can't design clothes. There's a lot of stereotypes like that too. I'm gonna say something that's a bit arrogant, you know, it's gonna fall pocket. I made this, you know what I'm saying? I can design a dress and shit. I'm sorry, but this mountain is harder to design than a dress. And it's harder to design than a pair of sneakers, you know? It's no disrespect. There's some people, John Galliano, that make dresses that are higher than I would ever design. And in that case, I just work with them, you know? But I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, like I said all this like shit so y'all can understand me, because I feel very misunderstood. But the one thing I want y'all to understand is I'm just like Walt Disney. I'm just like Henry Ford. I'm just like David Stern. I'm just like Steve Jobs. That's my mentality. And y'all know that. Every one of y'all know that shit. When y'all see this, y'all know that shit. Yeah, I be popping my shit and it don't come off right. Sometimes I be too turned and everything. I'm loud and y'all be mad for me. You be like, hey, I wish I could just get it out the right way so I wouldn't have to defend you every day at work. You know, like. But y'all know that. Y'all know that. Only other person living maybe Elon Musk or something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that. And everybody in the music industry know that. Ask anybody, they know that. The sound of music for the past 10 years, I created that. Y'all know that. How many y'all see Glow in the Dark? If y'all see Glow in the Dark, y'all see Watch the Throne.
I I just hit 20 minutes.
When I first went on tours to these arenas, man, I opened up for a rock act. I'm not trying to name drop. Okay, I opened up for U2 and Rolling Stone. And at that time, if you was a rap group, you had to have everybody together. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like Jay-Z, Ja Rule, DMX, Method Man, all of them, in order to do a tour like this. Now this past year, we had Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Drake all had tours at the same time. Sold out. Rap used to be so known for like bad sound,
The show ain't
bad
sold out.
lighting, a bunch of niggas on stage, 5 mics and shit. I ain't talking about the source. I'm talking about like 5 people with microphones for no reason. And now look at this tonight. That's what I'm saying. I saw what Daft Punk was doing with their lighting. That's what I'm saying. What's that jacket, Marshall? I saw that. I pinpointed that. Givenchy, Marshall, Alexander pinpointed the talents that we have living. Directors, musicians, artists, photographers, stylists, creative directors, photographers, Photoshop artists, painters. I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm saying my mentality is more, how can we make a contribution to life to make shit doper for everyone, to make shit easier for everyone.
Oh my god, he's just trolling now.
That's what I've been saying this whole past year.
22
It ain't
minutes
about
long.
me.
22 minutes.
It's about y'all. And it's about us. So I know it's like I fight the media sometimes and
Oh my god.
you know, and they catch me fighting. And they might catch me with a black eye or something. But let's see if they print any of this. Let's see if they print any of this I said tonight. That would be surprising. And the reason why I feel like I can talk to y'all like this, because we've been in this for 10 years. So this is like a 10-year family reunion. And all of y'all give my voice the power. And I never take that for granted. And since you gave my voice the power, I will have the courage to use my voice whenever necessary.
Yeah!
Whenever necessary. So I think it's time.